Casa Filipinas de Aquazar, a unique Filipino-Spanish heritage site located in the town of Bague, Bataan. The site features 22 antique mansions built during the Spanish colonial period from the 17th to 19th centuries.
One of the houses in Las Casas Filipinas de Acosar is Casa Lubao from Lubao, Pampanga. This house is one of the youngest in Las Casas and was built in 1920. It was owned by Mr. Valentin Arastia and Francisca Sargado. They sponsored the elementary education of our former President Diosdado Macapagal. In exchange, Macapagal's mother, Madam Romana Pangan, volunteered to be a weddner and to wash laundry or labandera in Filipino. During World War II, it was used as a Japanese garrison. Typically, when they're finished using the house, they burn it down with the family inside it. For this house, that isn't the case. The colonel stopped the men from burning the house and told them that in the course of 10 years, on spying on the Philippines and acting as their family driver, he was treated like a member of their family. That is a short history of Casa Lubao.
Some are replicas, but some are originals from different parts of the Philippines. These casas, housed in Spanish, are carefully dismantled to preserve their antiquity.
The site was conceptualized by Mr. Jerry Acozar, a businessman whose passion for historical architecture had printed him to build a site to preserve the culturative Filipino-Spanish heritage.
Casa Binyan from Binyan, Laguna was once owned by Doña Teodora Alonzo, mother of Jose Rizal. The house has two phases. The first phase was built way back in the 1700s, and the second phase was built way back in the 1800s. Only 5% of the house is original, because the people of Binyan, Laguna believe that the house is part of their history as a town. Right now, the original house, or the 95% left in Binyan, is being restored. This house was inherited by Teodora Alonzo from her parents Jose Alberto Alonzo and Brigida Quintos. When Jose Alberto Alonzo married his second wife, Brigida Quintos, the second floor of the house was added. Fun fact, this house was one of the settings in the film, General Luna. They used this house to film General Luna's death. The real death place of General Luna is in Cabanatuan.
In Las Casas Filipinas de Acozar, it was really interesting on what styles were made in the different structures. It also contains multiple fascinating designs and artworks. This allows us to discover more and more of our history as time progresses, more of which is given from different years, including Casa Lubao, built in 1920, Casa Hidalgo, built in 1867, and so much more. Besides that, some of these houses were not authentic, but replicated, which is revamped by Jose Gary Acazar in 2003. He made the houses from a lot of various locations, like Manila, Quezon City, Pampanga, and so on and so forth, which is very hard to do when you think about it, considering he had to go to numerous areas and look at houses. There are also other activities if you have ample time. These activities include riding the balsa, taking a swim, and taking a stroll on the beautiful gardens. I could say more, but the list goes on and on. So, there's a lot of things you can spend time on. It really gives importance to all the little details put into the place. That is what makes it fun to learn about. Aside from the house itself, the history coordinated with it makes it more meaningful to the viewers.
I learned and realized what is happening today in our culture. It is slowly dying and disappearing. An example of this, or a proof of this, is that we tend to choose imported products more than local products. Our country had a rough history filled with war. This is why we should remember our past and learn from it so that we cannot let it happen again.
Passion. Okay. Conceptualized by Mr. Jerry Acozar. Okay. Chef.
Ulit.
A businessman, you're covering it. I can't read it. You're covering it.
We have 20 buckets of lava and 20 buckets of water. And we have like 100 blocks of wood. We can make a tower.
Yeah.
I know how.
Okay. 3. Hold on, AJ. Excuse me.
Oh yeah.
Hold
Wait.
on. Up. Medyo malapit.